And this is a filet crochet square, which is a really interesting technique to practice for a sampler Afghan. If you've ever wanted to learn filet crochet, this is a great little quickie experiment with filet. And here's the square we'll be making. And so this filet is center, and what filet crochet refers to is this type of design that's sort of like a grid with empty squares and filled in squares. And after you complete the center filet, the outside is just basic double crochet border around the filet. So let me show you how to work the filet portion. And here I've gotten one row done, and this row just happens to be a series of empty squares, as I refer to them. I think of filet as empty squares versus filled in squares. And now it's time to start the next row. And to do that, we start with a chain 5 and turn the work. And first, according to my chart, you work an empty square, and so to do that, we just double crochet into the next double crochet below. And you can see that's created an empty space. And next we need another empty space, and so an empty space is created by a chain 2 and then a double crochet. Next I need a filled in space, and to make a filled in space we work 2 double crochets into the space below. So that's 1, 2, and then another double crochet into the next double crochet. After this, my chart calls for an empty space, so that's a chain 2 and a double crochet, and then a filled in space, which again is 2 double crochets. So every time the chart calls for an empty space, it's just a chain 2, and every time the chart calls for a filled in space, we double crochet twice into the space or stitches below. So I'm making another filled in space here. And we'll just finish this one with a double crochet in the stitch below. And you can see now that we've made a series of empty blocks and filled in blocks. And continuing to build the blocks in this way creates the overall pattern that we're going for. And I'll show you another row, which is a more solid row. And to build this one, we start with a chain 5, which is the equivalent of 1 double crochet plus a chain 2 space, and then we double crochet into the space below. And now this row requires a big filled in area, as you can see, so that's just nothing more than a bunch of double crochets. It's 2 double crochets into the space below. And now we're going to be working into on top of a square that's already filled in. So in this case, since we can't work into the space below, we'll just work right into those double crochets. And that's how we build a solid block on top of a solid block. And it's really just as easy as that, either double crochets or chain 2 spaces until you've completed the entire filet crochet center, which is what we have here. And once the center is done, start working the border. The border is very easy here. It's just double crochets or single crochets. And on the side that I'm working on, which is the first border round, we're simply working double crochets around the edges. And this pattern happens to call for 2 double crochets in every chain space and 1 double crochet on the side of the double crochets. And of course, the specifics of this are all in the pattern, which can be downloaded from our website. Every week we upload the pattern for that week's square of the week so that you can work on your sampler Afghan week by week. So there you can see the border round coming together, and that's all it takes. If you can double crochet and chain, you can do filet crochet and you can do this square. So I hope you give this one a try, and I hope it turns out great.